What's the process of buying a home in the San Francisco Bay Area or anywhere in the United States? In this video, I want to go over the buying process from A to Z, explaining what goes through in each process so you know how to buy a home and be an expert when you do decide to buy a home. So the first step that is very important, every step is important, but this step is super important because basically, let's say you want to go to a mall. If you want to go to the mall and you want to buy something and you forgot your wallet, you can't really buy anything, right? Because you forgot your wallet. It's the same process of buying a house. So the first step of buying a house is you have to contact a mortgage lender or bank to get a pre-approval letter. Without the pre-approval letter, I wouldn't know how much you can afford to buy a home and vice versa. So if you don't have a pre-approval letter and you don't know what you're pre-approved for, it'll be a waste of both of our times looking at houses that you can't afford. So the first step that's super important is getting a pre-approval letter to see how much you can afford and what's the limit that you can afford up to. The second step of buying a home is to pick a realtor that you are comfortable working with. In the San Francisco Bay Area or in the United States as a whole, you actually don't need to work with a realtor to buy your home. You can actually represent yourself. But by working with a realtor, we have your best interest in mind. We're able to go through every single minute detail to explain and go through the process with you and see things that you're not able to see. And here's the thing about working with a realtor. If you are a buyer, it is 100% free on your part. You don't have to pay us a single cent. How working with a buyer's agent work is, once we close on the property that you choose to buy, the listing agent and the seller actually pays us a part of their commission. So you don't have to pay us anything. So a big misconception is that by working with a realtor to buy your home, that you are actually paying that realtor, which is false. We're actually getting paid once the deal closes from the listing agent and the seller. So you don't pay us anything. So the benefit of you working with a buyer agent to buy your home is only upside. The third part, which is the longest part of the process, is to find a home of your dreams. So this is the part where we narrow 2, 3, 4 neighborhoods that fits your needs, and we go through and talk about the questions and answers to those questions that you may be looking for. The school district, how the neighborhood is, what's the upside of the neighborhood, is it going to appreciate over time? We go through every single little detail to finely tune the specific area that fits your needs, and then we're gonna look at homes in those areas. And once we figure out a few homes that you are in love with, that's when we narrow down the 1 or 2 homes and then we submit an offer. This process takes the longest because, as you can imagine, finding a home that fits your needs in the area with all the amenities and all of the transportation needs is gonna take a bit of time. So this is the part that takes the longest time, but by working with the realtor that has your best interest, we're gonna be able to guide you to make the best decision for you as a team. And this process is one of my favorite parts of the whole process, is when I negotiate on the home for you. I love negotiating to get all of my clients the best deals possible. And just to keep in mind that we are in the Bay Area, which is super competitive, the most competitive market in the whole country. So not everything is negotiable, but if there's anything that is negotiable, I'm going to fight to the death for you to negotiate the best deal possible for you, whether that be negotiating the closing costs, negotiating on the appliances being there, negotiating on repairing parts of the property that the sellers neglected. Whatever that I can negotiate on your behalf to get you the best deal possible, that's exactly what I would do. And after the negotiation process, this is where we sign all of the documents. We sign the disclosure package and go over and review the disclosure package. The disclosure package is basically the history of the property that has every single information of the property in there. We're gonna go over that in minute detail so you understand exactly everything that's in the disclosure package. And then we're also gonna sign the purchase agreement as well. And then we're gonna transfer the 2 to 3 standard earnest money deposit to the escrow company, basically as a means that says that you are committed to purchasing the property. And the next step of the process, after we finish signing all the documents and submitting the earnest money deposit, I recommend that every single one of my clients write a love letter to the sellers, basically introducing themselves, put in personal pictures of themselves and why they want to live in that property and why they want to live in this neighborhood. People want to work with people they like, know, and trust. So if you write a love letter to the seller, it just helps your offer stand out versus other offers that don't have that love letter. And after the love letter and the offer submitted, I'm going to work directly with the lender that you choose to work with. We're going to make sure the financing is in order. We're going to call the inspector if you decide to inspect the property. I'm going to coordinate with the appraiser, meet up the appraiser at the property, and show the appraiser comparable market analysis so they can appraise the property at the correct value. And we're going to coordinate the closing process in this process as well. And after the lending process is all good and the closing process is moving forward, we're going to do a final walkthrough of the property. It's customary for the realtor and our clients to meet at the property one last time to go through a final walkthrough to make sure that there's no new damage to the property. And in this final walkthrough, I'm going to go over the settlement statement with you as well, so you know exactly how much you're going to pay during closing. You're gonna know how much your closing costs are, insurance, you're gonna know how much you're putting down, and every single detail of how much you're paying is gonna be in that settlement statement, which we're gonna go over together. And after the final walkthrough, everything's gonna be signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm going to coordinate with the title company to set a closing date, usually 30 days after our final walkthrough. And during that process, the title company is going to handle the rest of the transaction. And once the property is closed and everything's recorded, your name is on the title, I'm going to pick up the keys from the listing agent, deliver the keys to you, meet you at the property. We're gonna have a lot of fun and you are finally gonna be a brand new homeowner. And that's the whole process from A to Z on how to buy a house. And the biggest compliment that I can ever receive is a referral from you. So if you like the video, please like, share, comment with your friends, family members, and colleagues. And if you are in the market to buy a home or you are having questions, please reach out to me anytime by calling me at this number. You can also text me as well. You can also direct message me on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you see my social media. And thank you for watching the video. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, peace.